People. Que pasa, suck, passe, what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the made scarlet news with a buzz. This is not your average, typical, run-of-the-mill, mama and papa, missionary blogging channel. No, this is blogging that takes you on top of the roof or under the cellar with mother hen and his little chickadees. I don't know if some of you grew up in some rural community or garrison community, then you would understand what I am going to speak about as it pertains to the mother hen syndrome. If you grew around people that raise any sorts of chicken or fowl, them call it, you would realize that the mother hen, whenever she lays the eggs and she hatch and have some little chickadees, she will protect them with her life. That means if a the puss, if a the dog, if a mongoose, she go defend her little picnic. These mother hen back in the days or nowadays, they are more responsible. They are less negligent. They are least likely to be distracted than a lot of these sketelina mama where I have picnic nowadays. And people, I don't want to sound insensitive, especially when a mother lost her 5-year-old little boy, as in an incident that took place in a rural Clarendon, that is. It is said that a little boy, him named David, last name 5-year-old, he was coming from school. His mother, Shemoya Kirkland, picked him up. They were driving on one of those rural roads. People, I was watching the video on TVJ last night. The road is narrow. However, the road is not that winding. That means that you can see clearly if you are paying attention and if a car wasn't coming at a gazillion miles per hour. Based on what the mother's account, she said that she picked up the little boy from school. They were walking on the way home. She go across the street and the little boy stopped for time shoes lace. Don't know if she saw him when he was tying the shoes lace, and she just proceeded. However, as soon as him finished tying the shoes lace, I guess without looking up, looking down, him just walk across the street. One of your typical cabbie was driving by like a mad bat out of hell. Based on the mother's account, him lick the youth end up on the bonnet, drop off of the bonnet, broke him neck, foot and possible hand. The popo came, they rushed the little youth to the hospital. However, too late was the call. Now people, that is why I mention mother hen. Because mother hen is not really distracted. Her priority is always the little chickadees. She's always focused 24/7, 365 days of the year, night and day. No time off. However, what we realize with a lot of these mothers, especially children having children, are adults that act like children, that are always focused on social media, mix up and passa. That is their priority. Now, based on what this mother is saying, when the incident happened, it seems as if the cabbie stopped. She tried to hold on upon him, but I guess she was panicking so much. And not to say that there's any sorts of justification after you just lick down a little boy, you come out and you leave the scene of a crime of an accident. It is wrong. The man take away himself, ditch the vehicle. The popo would later find the vehicle a pro box like most taxis are. It is said that he then made contact with the popo and said that he is going to make arrangement. Don't know if he was coming in with some sorts of lawyer or whatever the case is. However, up to the date or the time of recording this video, I did not hear that he was in the custody or turning himself in the presence of his lawyer. Now, people, how much times have we heard about incidents as it pertains to taxi driver? Them lick down innocent people in some sorts of mad haste for escape from the transport authority, from Popo, or just driving their normal crazy way. Them runway left the vehicle. Most of the times, they are not even the owners of these vehicles. Most of the times, people hire them for the work, and people I don't know for the life of me, why would anybody hire some sorts of man for run them vehicle as any sorts of cab? But people, this is Jamaica, anything goes. So when I assess, analyze, and think about the circumstances that led to this youth losing his life, there's a whole bunch of negligence, irresponsibility to spread around. Irresponsibility first as it pertains to the cabbie. However, the cabbie is doing what cabbie do. Not to say that it is right, but we have such low expectation for cabman, minibusman, and them type of people. As it pertains to parents, guardians, we have more responsibility or expect better from them. So as a parent, you should always conduct yourself with that mother-hen syndrome, meaning that you are protective about your child, especially when that child is young, especially when that child is roaming on the street. Make sure that you have that person close marking you to your side. You should not be on the opposite side of the road and the little boy stop for time shoeless. You should be right there and walk across the street with him right there. But people, we understand there's a whole bunch of negligence, a whole bunch of incompetence, and a whole bunch of people that seems as if they are in la la land. And whenever those persons are responsible for younger people, then those persons might end up in the land of no return. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it is called these madmen, these gangsters, wanksters with tool, is on a rampage to show how idiotic, how evilous and demonic they are once again. I am speaking about an incident that occurred at about 7 p.m. last night at a place called John Street that is in Allman town, where it is said that at least 5 people got conned up. Out of those 5 people, an 18-year-old girl and her child, they were in the most severe situation. I heard that just before I recorded this, one of them would succumb to their injuries. 3 other persons were also taken to the hospital. Their injuries are less severe. Based on the information, it is said that persons were gathered on John Street, just a talk, when a white Nissan pull up. It is said that the men in the white Nissan alighted out of the vehicle, spray up the place. Who can run, run. Who can run, couldn't run. Them just play possum, them pretty much freeze up. After blazing up the place, the men then left in the same vehicle, take with themselves. The Popo are now asking residents to assist them. If them know anything, please to contact the Popo station. Take a listen, take a look to what the SSP, Mr. Beresford Williams, has to say about the situation, and then I'll give my piece.
2 men traveling in a white Nissan motorcar opened gunfire on a group of persons who were gathered along John Street, vicinity number 13. Resulting from the shooting, 5 persons, including a 3-month-old child and her 18-year-old mother, Kevanique McLeod, were shot and injured. The men who carried out the attack escaped in the said Nissan motor car. I am appealing to the residents to come forward and to give us any information they have to aid our investigation. I wish to assure the citizens in Allman town that we will continue to maintain our presence in this space with a view of preventing any further incident.
Now people, don't know if you read the notice board, don't know if you get the memo, or you just see we are going out there in a Jamaica. Whenever you live in any sorts of volatile communities, OC garrison, it is probably not a very good idea to hang out on the corner, play any sorts of domino, play any sorts of loady, because it seems as if them call down the evil geniuses, meaning those madmen with GUNS, especially when them hear all sorts of dancehall trap music or play. It is as if you are summoning them to come spoil the joy. And that is exactly what they've been doing. That is what they will continue to do. If them not feel like them can make any sorts of impact statement, then more than likely them are going to turn into them yard. However, as soon as them hear say something go on, especially in an enemy territory, and then when Spotalion give them any sorts of intelligence info, them are going to show up as if you call down Mr. DEAD. And when them come, you know, so them not care at all. They are equal opportunity shatter / wangsters. So therefore, whoever they are who can get it, especially when it depends the ops corner, meaning opposition, point blank and period. Further on in the news. Now people, Jamaica is a very corrupt place. And I don't know how a lot of people made stuff, but based on stuff that I've been seeing, based on conversations that I've had with persons in a law enforcement locally and overseas, I am very concerned to what is going on in the Beachy-Stout case as it pertains to the witness that is there now, Mr. Minot. I see a whole bunch of inconsistencies. What inconsistencies mean is that you are lying, you are not telling the truth, at best it is half-truths. That is reason for cases to be thrown out in any sort of case, even in a high-profile case. This man, it seems, don't know if he was properly trained by the DPP or the prosecutors. However, it seems as if they are going for the smoking GUNS. They are going for the over KILL. However, when your story sounds too melodramatic or over sensationalized, it might take away from the effectiveness. It could backfire. And the reason why I say something is suspicious and something is not too straight about this man is when he said that he was dating the wife that they took away. They had some sorts of relationship. Now people, me no know this man lyrics. Me no know if him have a long slang, him have a long tongue. Because when I look at him and people, it is not good to judge a book by the cover. But just judging by the eye test, he is not the most handsomest fella, and him look like him broke and desperate like brother dog. Now people, me no know if this lady is a stressed out wife, so therefore she would resort to the bottom of the barrel or somebody that looks out of her league. However, him storing a son 100. So that is one reason. The next reason is that this man, Mr. Beachy-Stout, he has at least 4 lawyers. Now people, Based on my experience in Jamaica, these lawyers are only good for one thing, that is getting your retainer and telling you a whole bunch of crap, going in a court and talking a whole bunch of stupidness in front of the jury, in front of the judge. They are not very competent. They have a whole bunch of hype. However, there is no sort of smoking gun in them performance. So he is lawyered up. The next thing is that he is friends with one of the politicians in Portland. Do you know who that is? I don't have to call the name. It is quite obvious. That man have a whole bunch of question signs on his name, and the fact that it is said that Beatty Stout would make a whole bunch of political contribution for the election for certain party. So people, when we take all of those factors into consideration and know that Jamaica is probably top 5, top 3, one of the most corrupted nation on planet Earth, we should not be surprised that anybody can be bought. We should not be surprised if this man actually walks. So like I've always said, just hope for the best, keep your fingers crossed, but expect the worst. This is Jamaica. They have a tendency of fumbling the ball, especially when it comes to high profile cases, especially with persons with political affiliation, contributors, codename SSL and them. Point blank and period. So anyways people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.